And we are underway in Buffalo. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Sanders with a carry on first down as he picks his way forward for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And some space here. 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 70 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. Touchdown! Isaiah McKenzie, 75 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 85 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a carry for Sanders. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
On first down, it's Sanders. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Jerry Hughes on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down, it's Sanders. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd and short, to give to the tight end. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On first down, Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
These two teams all tied after one. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Throwing is Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Allen going to try and throw on third down. Check down to Breida. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Allen to throw once more. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Allen now looks to throw. He finds his man complete. That's McKenzie. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Now Allen. He'll go underneath here to Breida.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. After the touchdown pass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. It's caught by Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and inches, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Hurts throw there, taken in by Smith. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Smith catches left side. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. McKenzie now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. They go right back to Singletary. Singletary, a first down and more. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. That's McKenzie. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
2nd and 5. Singletary again. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Matt Breida, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Breida on a toss left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Allen. Room to run past midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Steps away to his left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen, eluding the pressure right. First down and more for Allen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
They go play action with Hurts.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hurts.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rodgers. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And that it's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Throwing is Allen on third. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Allen going to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And the Eagles' defense able to hold. The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the fourth quarter. They held
a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like